It is Wednesday, and you know what that means? It is House Tours Day. That's right. Let me put my tweet out real quick. Let everybody know. Okay, that's done. Before we begin, a couple of announcements. We do have scheduled maintenance today, our usual maintenance day. It's to start at 4 a.m. PDT, 1 p.m. CEST time. And it's going to be a long one, apparently. It's slated for to last approximately 5 hours and 20 minutes. So, if you would rather not be watching this live and would rather put in some playtime before the realms go down, go right ahead. I don't feel upset about that at all. You can always watch this once the maintenance hits, because it will be uploaded on YouTube and everything. So there for those that need a little bit of a WildStar fix when the realms are down. In fact, we have hundreds of videos, literally. Hey, Poi, good morning. I'm glad you could join us. Um, so yeah, keep that in mind. Nearly 5.5 hour maintenance today, be this afternoon for us EUers. Um, but I have no idea why the extended time. Usually means something pretty significant's coming in, but I have no idea. Maybe it's just some extra hardware stuff that they're switching out. I don't know. Hey Bones, good morning. I'm glad you could join us. Next, I want to remind those of you that are on Jabbit-EU that there are housing circles available if you would like to join them to chat with fellow housing enthusiasts. Um, uh, there are circles on both factions. The Dominion side one is called Premium Housing Tours. Now, I don't, I believe in both circles, or actually all three that we're going to talk about. I believe everybody has the right to invite. It's just, I don't know, the circles are limited to like, I think it's 100 persons per circle, unlike guilds. I think the guilds have a cap of 500. So at least the main one on Exiles, it's already pretty much at its cap. We have to keep uh, purging players that have stopped playing after a certain amount of time to make room for others. That's why we have a second one on Exile side. But the Dominion one is called Premium Housing Tours. As with the others, you could probably ask in the housing chat if anyone happens to be on that's in that chat circle that could invite you in. For the Exile side, the main one is Homeowners Association. That's the one I belong to. Um, but as I said, it's kind of right on the limit of how many people we can bring in. Anytime we want to bring in some new ones, the leader of the circle, which is ZZ, has to purge inactive builders that haven't been on for like months and months to make room. That's why they started up a second housing circle, and it is called housewarming. Um, it's mostly to help contain alts of those that are already in the homeowners association, but it's also for those that there just simply wasn't room at the time that they wanted to join the original circle. To accommodate both being able to communicate together, they do have a universal uh, custom chat channel that they all talk on. So even if you're in the second one, you'll still be able to keep contact with those in the first one. So it's a little kind of, I wish the player limit was I wish the cap was higher, at least to match that of the guilds, but you know, just unfortunately that's not the case, and we had to, you know, do a workaround. So, as I said, if you are on Exile side and you want in either the Homeowners Association or the Housewarming Housing Circle, just give a shout out on the Housing Zone chat. see if anyone's on it. Usually there's always someone, at least one person or more, uh, at any given time that belongs to the circle that's online that could probably help you out, or at least direct you to the person that can get you in. Like myself, I wouldn't be able to get you into the housewarming one because I don't have any characters in that one, but I could probably direct you to a few people that could. I just want to give a shout out to those because while a lot of us use it just kind of as a sounding board for ideas and stuff, I know there's a lot of newer players to WildStar that probably have a lot of questions or want to just seek some general advice about how to get started in housing, things they should look out for, maybe some of the pitfalls that come with it, like always wanting for money and things like that, and tips about some of our builders have designed little uh, routines that they do for uh, quickly grinding up renown or plat that they might need for purchases and such like that. And new players, while they could probably get some of that information outside of the circles, it's always nice to be in a group of like-minded individuals that are equally obsessed with the housing system. And it's also a good place for them to get their foot in the door as far as uh, using the roster of the housing circles. That's a great place to search for housing examples. Just visit all of the plots of those that are in the circles, and that'll give you some, rather than just doing the random and maybe coming up on a lot of empty plots, at least going by the roster, you can almost guarantee yourself you're going to find something pretty amazing. So, um, and then of course, we're always there for people that want some advice, want some ideas, like they're wanting to build a specific type of item and they can't think of anything they could use for this or that. We're always happy to brainstorm up some ideas, or maybe they're looking for a way to make a custom sink, and lots of people will usually throw out, well, you can come look at mine. I've got like 3 different versions. You can pick whichever one you like. And we're always quick to share what items we use. I know there's a few that always give a heads up when they see a deal on the auction house, for those that are looking for specific types of decor and stuff. So it's a good resource. If nothing else, if you don't do any kind of Googling or keep a lot of spreadsheets at your fingertips, the housing circles are a good place to get into it and get your feelers out and make yourself known as well. I use it as a resource for a lot of my house tour schedules because those that are in the circles tend to get a higher priority sometimes. Um, I, like in the homeowners association, we have specific ranks for those that have completed plots and those that are works in progress, and that helps me track who's actually done and ready for showing and that kind of thing. So yeah, just something I wanted to throw out there. It's on my Twitch channel page under the resources section. Among many other things, but I just wanted to give a shout out because I think the housing community is a really awesome one. They're super helpful, super supportive for new and veteran builders alike. So definitely, if you're thinking of getting into housing, that is a big plus. If you are looking for, I know there's some that try to find like housing guilds. I actually haven't seen any guilds that are specifically housing. Usually that's just a kind of a side thing. Um, you have a lot of guilds that do have a lot of housing enthusiasts, but it's not specifically built around that whole concept. It's not to say that there isn't out there. I just haven't heard of it or anything. So I think the circles are more um, the more prevalent, I guess, because usually with guilds comes with, you know, questing together, dungeoning together, raiding together, and the housing again is just a portion of that. Um, but with the circles, that's our main focus. So, hey, Siskly, glad you could join us. All right, we've got 3 homes today, Siskly, so I've got yours as the last. So hopefully you'll be back by then. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. As I said, we've got 3 houses today. I kept it at 3. Usually I can go up to 5, but it really depends on how detailed I think they are and how long we might spend on them. So I think 3 is probably good enough for today. Um, the first one is Yales or Yali's Crump's place. It says it's Heman Zen. I have no idea what that means. I Googled it in the translator and it says something like mean is 10, but that doesn't make any sense to me, so I don't know. Um, but you can see this is the landing pad. They've got it looks like the uh, snowy hill here. I think it's white puffs. It could be brown, so it's very possible it could be the upside down massive umbrella tree as well. But you can see they've pretty much kind of boxed it in with a lot of plants and different things. I mean, I see leafy stalks and the puffer mushrooms and some stones a little bit, and then you see the log. That's the hollow log. That's the entrance to the plot. A little bit of a open space for some sky view, but very boxed in. They wanted to keep it. Oh, so it does mean -10. Well, there you go. That doesn't make any sense to me though. What does that mean? Is that just a what did they call that? A colloquialism or something? Is something you guys say? Anywho, here's the little uh, orientent. Again, unfortunately, you can't enter these no matter how big you make them. The collision just won't allow it. But it's a nice little backdrop as if someone maybe sits watch here for newcomers coming in and that kind of thing. Well, I thought maybe Google was lying to me that it was said as mean as 10. I was like, what does that mean? Mean as 10 what? 10 things? 10 ogres? I don't know. So we come out onto this forest. This is a look back at the entrance. You come through that hollow log. Um, and there's a lot of different little things going on here. So hopefully we hit it all. See, or make sure we're not running too fast. So over here we have a little corralling of Gyrok critters. They got their little meat steaks and the water trough in the back. It's mostly just some rocks and then a little bit of the, uh, oh, what's it called? The cruddy fence, that's what I call it. You got this nice opening with all of the mangrove trees, the purple ones. You got a little bit of the willow trees and green bulby trees. And you'll see this every now and then, a big poof of stinky stuff. That's those gloom shrooms poofing in unison. It's kind of like the detonator lights. Probably when they first place them, they poof out of sync, but once you leave and come back, they're all in rhythm. It's a strange mechanic, I think, but adds an interesting element, maybe a stinky hill or something, I don't know. But you first see this structure here. It's mostly made out of, I think, granite walls, lots of windows, and some of the Exile triangle. Also got a Draken triangle there. Made a little garden in the front using some of those, the pile of bricks here, kind of showing a bit of the foundation of the house, and just some various plants and veggies. A song title from Bushido. Well, it might make more sense to you guys, but I have no idea who Bushido is. I tell you, I live under a rock, I think, because I certainly have no idea. Okay, here's a bathroom with a, looks like a shower. Now, you'll see that that door is showing, and that's because it's popping through actually the front door there. That wouldn't be showing naturally. Um, Kind of hard to see, it's a little dark, but it looks like one of the ship models, the bronze ones, being used as the shower head for the water. More like a faucet than a shower. This here, I honestly don't know what it's supposed to represent. Maybe just some smellies for the bathroom or what, but I think it's the top of the lop hookah thing. And they're just using a bench for the sink cabinet here and a medical IV thing there, I guess for any uh, Mordish visitors or something. Just some layered unframed glass here. And you can see that they've utilized, whoa, there's a site. Some of the fairly new exotic decor. Some lovely items, but I'm just stingy. I don't like to buy more than one pack. This appears to be the kitchen and dining area. If you're wondering about this, this is from the Lop Decor pack, I believe. Very bright in here. I think it's one of the Exile chandeliers that gives that such that bright light. I always like looking at the items people decide to put onto their shelves just to see what they use. Again, I believe the couch is still not quite right. They've kind of fixed it so that you can almost sit on it because they've added items to the seat, but you can see that I pass right through the arm there. I don't think it's actually functioning as a seating, and it has no collision from what I recall. So putting things on it, I imagine somebody could probably put some 2x4s just underneath and make it sittable, you know, that kind of thing. I like the little wall decoration here. It's actually another one of uh, these banners here. They've just sunk it in and hid part of it so that you just see the trim, and then used a travel poster, and one of the rugs is like a tapestry for the wall. I love this little cabinet here. This is mostly those big wooden crates, and there's three of them. There's one on each side upright, and then laying down for the front, and then they've just kind of decorated a little bit again with travel posters to make it look a little different. Topped it with a travel poster here, and then added, I think it's the vintage beer mugs for handles here. I think that's a cute way of using that particular item. I mean, they could have boxed it all the way in and made it so then you have this nice little trim, but leaving some of it bare wood just adds a little character to it. I like that dresser cabinet kind of thing. Of course, they're using these are the streamers, the Exile version, I believe. Uh, you can see the backs of it here. This is the back of that monitor poking out. It's the only thing about using thin walls. You have to really be careful. Made it without the tea bag. So then you boiled water. That's it. Better than I can do. I can't even do that. The bed itself is pretty basic, but I like the simplicity of it. It's got metal edge 2x4s for the main framework, and then a little bit of decoration with the Chua pillar here. The mattress itself is Chua pillows, and then they've used the tribal mats, both flat and rolled, as accents, and then just topped it with lots of pillows. So it looks pretty comfy. And I like how they've trimmed the room with the 2x4s, just to add a little, break up the monotony. I have a real bad habit of just leaving the walls really blank and dull looking, and it's always fun to see folks do a little bit better job than that. And this, I would assume, is meant to be probably the kids' rooms. It's like not quite a bunk bed, but a double thing so that they share the room again with the bright light. The parents get the mood lighting with the flickering flames, and the kids get the bright light. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna get out of here. That was this part. Then you have this area over here. This here is just a sunk down, I think it's called a squid platform, and they've added some winding rivers, a few of them, to make it look like maybe it's supposed to be a hot tub, maybe it's just a water source of some sort, like their wishing well kind of thing without the traditional topper. Then here is a little outdoor grilling. Several tables for folks to enjoy their goodies. And then as part of the interior of one of these, what do you call them, mangrove trees, they've just built in a little bar inside it underneath. I would think this, maybe I'm supposed to consider that magic fire, but there's regular fire and then candles under this living greenery. I would think it would be like a fire hazard, but I'm not much of a tea drinker. I used to drink a lot of iced tea in the States, but when I come here, they thought that was weird. They always have hot tea, and I'm not a big hot tea. I don't drink coffee either. It's usually just water, lots and lots of water. On the weekends, we have cola sometimes, I think I prefer Fanta and stuff like that, but so they're using a bit of overgrowth to kind of block this in a little bit, give a little bit of greenery. I don't remember what this one is. It's one of the newer ones from the Arctera, I think. That little funny brassiere thing, brassiere, whatever it's called. Doesn't look like I can go back behind there. It's just like a little bar, little place to gather. I like how they got all of the little string lights. Of course, these particular ones with the lanterns, those are part of that LOP decor pack. And then these are likely the ones from the housing vendor. There's the traditional one, it's a little bit longer, and then they've got the 3 or 4 granite style where they're different
Have
links,
you come
a
for
little
autograph?
droopy, that kind of thing. Those will come into big faves when Winterfest hits again. Trying to figure out how to get up to the, oh, okay, I forgot about the upper level there. Duh me. Here's a nice little, kind of like a gazebo attached up here. It's just the bowls for top and bottom with, looks like exile pillars all around, using the Chua pillows for the base, the main mattress part, and then topped with the various pillows, tribal mat both flat and rolled at the back, and then a nice little fruit bowl. I don't like the flavored teas. Most of the ones I've tried are just, they're like funky. Like my mother-in-law, she always gets me like, she heard I would drink tea, so she like started getting me all these like fruit teas and green teas, and it's like, I just want plain tea. Plain English tea. That's for me. Here we come to a little theater movie house. They got their seats, just missing some bowls of popcorn. Again, I think these are the Dominion streamers, the red bits. These are, I think they're far side lights. I can't remember what they're called, antennas or something. And this particular screen, I think it has, uh, maybe it's, I want to say it's the one that a lot of people used to use as water. They would like enlarge it really big. You just had to get past the whole animated scene going on. Notice how they did the entranceway here. It's several arches just to kind of give it a little extra decoration. Looks like using a, what do you call it, a metal platform for the topper, just for something different. Rope bridges for all of this part here. Well, I guess everybody has their particular tastes. Uh, I'm just showing how you can see all the different plants. Even this is on stilts and stuff. It's just kind of built in on top of the overgrowth there. Let's see, here's another pin. Now this is actually the, I can't remember the name of it. It's like the Matriarch Chimera Fab Kit. It's got a like a quest and a achievement, and I think if you work through the quests, the dailies, for X amount of days, you end up getting a little Chimera pet as a reward, if I remember correctly. I'm just too stubborn to get one of those on my plots to work it. I refuse. It's cute and all, but, and here's some more of that Lop decor pack. It comes with the Kurg and the little Lop hut, and they've just added some other things. The Oran vendor, the haystack comes with the set, and so do some more of these little bucket things. And aren't they adorbs? Just chatting away. Look at her. She's just like typical. The dude's just sitting there going, yeah. It might be just a hint of mint. It doesn't have to be something super strong. They still have some of their fab kits here. I think we passed, I want to say it was the Biome one, but it might just be this one here. The one that gives you the bouncy woo, bit. This here is one of the Protostar Insta Hills. I don't know which one, the double, I think. Then again, maybe it's something else. I have no idea. It's what it looks like to me. But they're using, this is one of those canopy decor, and they've added in, again, it's another one of those little gazebo things with the double bowls. Got a nice little light lit it up, and you get to by jumping on the little plant leaves. The cute little addition. I figure with the new waterfall decor set with the lily leaves, we'll probably see this kind of thing, but custom rather than always using this particular one of those cerulean overgrowth things, the canopy deals. Figure those will be used as leaf jumping pads or something. Lots of different types of plants. I mean, some you would expect more in a kind of a desert scene, like the saw blade bits here. You've even got some of those little creepy tentacle-looking plants, the dark moss bush, the lily leaf. They're even using a fence post here as some straight-up vines going. Here's a little waterfall scene. Again, various rocks, mostly the gray stones. It almost looks like a skull face there, doesn't it? Look a little creepy. I think that's one of the Galeris plants, and they've just sunk it down so you just see the top of the flower. But here's like some palm trees and just different things. There's a pollen plant. Yeah, walkway over here. Let's go to this one. Go up first. Here's a little bit of a pin. How you get him up that little narrow walkway, I don't know, but got one of those new NPCs, the alien, oh, what do you call them? Queen something, squiggly bug thing. And then got the little rhino deal going on. Down below, behind the mossy overgrowth, is a little house. I think we've interrupted their little tea. Looks like they just had McDonald's. I like the little moss on the walls. Like the nature is intruding, even though they've built up their little structure here. This here is this little lantern string here. That's just part of the, I think it's the lop altar kind of thing. It's a really big hunky deal, and you can see that's why it's got that bright glow. They've just kind of hidden it inside, and you can't see all of it. It's one way to use those, just to get the lanterns. That's why you see this such bright light here. That's just a tactical table on the wall there. Little office, and then a bit of a bedroom. too. Again, it hits me as like the kiddie room. Got a really nice view of the waterfall over here. Now the staircase is just a regular, the standard staircase, but they've added that bit of the walls or floors underneath, kind of keep it solid. A lot of people leave it out, and then you can see behind it. This is one way to kind of, hide the fact that there's actually more to this decor piece. It's hidden behind this, so you can't see it. But it also kind of makes the stairs look nice and trim. I think this is meant to be the bathroom. And then this is their little kitchen. Mostly just 2x4s for the countertops. They're using a Dominion conference table for the tray here for their tacos. And then just piled up this empty trophy cabinet. All of those items are placed there themselves. For those that don't have any idea how housing works, I think they miss a lot of that detail, that the care that went into filling up something like that, because they don't realize that it comes empty. And then here's a little bit of a storage bit up here, the pantry, fruits and grains and meats. Okay, gonna go through the log, out the other end. Take a look at the waterfall here. That rock's just kind of floating, isn't it? I don't know if that's supposed to be that way. That one is too, I think, so maybe they're like magical rocks. But here's another one of those little alien critters. Gugs or something, I think they're called. They're really creepy looking, but I guess they're kind of making them like a little water creature, like maybe this is their version of the hippos or something. Got a bunch of them though, just all lined up there. Yeah, here's another one of those protostar insta-hills. It's the triangle version. I think that's the one that most people have a hard time figuring out how to use because it's so odd shaped. It's too straight. It doesn't look supernatural, but just there. But you can tell when they're using them because it has no um, uh, clutter on it. Like this here, this is like clutter for the ground. It's like just little high tufts of grass and flowers, and this is just bare, like naked ground. Hey Z, good morning. um, these are some more of those critters, uh, boulderbacks, I think. My mouse over's not working. I guess I have to do a reload UI for it to work. But I think that's it. Here, a lot of the Orin type themes love those logs that you can go in and out. Here's a little swing by the hammock. It's just a 2x4s with hanging chains. Those critters in the pool, the little alien things that came from the space chase, I believe, which has come and gone. But I think it repeats. From what I understand, they want to set it up on like a rotation kind of thing. So it's not like it was the one and only chance to get those. Now, I could be wrong. There might be an actual alien decor pack as well, but I'm pretty sure it was just the Space Chase event that was a little while back. You got the, there was, where was it? I think, I can't remember where I saw him. There it had one of the little flying things, alien steam gliders as well around here somewhere. But the little squirg or scug things, those all came with that. So here's a couple of fab kits, and then they kind of just tied in their little WildStar pin as well. Gave them some little rocks to hop on, a dead log as a little hut kind of thing for them to sleep in, some tall grass to gnaw on, and some hay piles as well. And here we have a little exterior porch. This again is a good example. This, I believe it's a spacious Grannock house. And they've kind of, again, it's not a complete modification of it. I mean, it still looks like the standard house that it is, but they've tacked on this little porch thing to kind of make it unique. It's always a fun way of, you know, if you give extensions to the houses, the prefab homes, you don't have to cover them completely up. You can just add a little bit to them. I love how they've added in the oran windows to accent and in clever places. And like here's this little lantern and this little cutout here. I don't think those came that way. I'm pretty sure that's something they chose to put in themselves. So they've kind of oranized it, adding all the different windows and such. Why they opted to use a Draken version of the mailbox, I have no idea, but it looks. Oh, did Sun come from Madame Faye too? That's probably another good place. Yeah, Siskwy, I kind of avoid both myself. Uh, I scour the auction house right at the beginning because sometimes you'll get a few people that don't try to exploit our desire to grab some of those things, and they'll offer it fairly cheap. Like I got one of the new functional hatch doors for like a plat, and like now they go for like, you know, 15, 20 plats, something like that. Uh, I just happened to grab it. I was like, I'm not going to pass up that deal. One plat's not that much. So here we have the interior of the house. So this is like the little library. That's a little protostar guy sitting and reading his book. Now, if you're wondering how they did this, this is just the same bookcase, and one's just sunk down so that it looks like a shorter bookcase. The stair here is just orange windows. The base of it is another orange window, and then this is where he does his little workout. Just look like you're burning off some calories there. They added the little keyhole here. This is that side room. A lot of people, I don't know, for some reason this usually becomes like either a game room or a really big bathroom. But I like this one. I think this is one of the first I've seen using it as a kitchen. Usually they put the kitchen out here, and I like this way. So here's you have the dining. This is a little weird. I at first thought it was an aquarium, but it's like I don't know, a display of the food that you might be getting, I guess, for this little kitchen area. So most of the cabinet, I think, is 2x4s. They've broken it up into sections by using the white picket fence posts. And then the handles are the handles of the vintage beer mugs, it looks like. This little cutting board is just the Orin table sunk down, so you just see the one bit. The refrigerator is an ornate cabinet chest thingy. Again, the handles are the same as these. Um, I like how they've inserted that self-cleaning grill thing there as a little cooker. Shelf is just some 2x4s, and then they've just got the mugs hanging as if they've got hooks. I can't see that they've actually put any hooks in. You really don't have to. You can just hang it, and just people just automatically assume that it's set in like that. I like their little sink here. It's one of those, I believe it's the round wooden table upside down, so you just see the legs, and then they've topped that with a bowl with the dishes, and then using the clunky fire extinguisher as the water source. The funny way of doing that for the sink. And up above is the storage. People like using this. It's just unfortunate that there's no actual opening. It's solid. Okay, here this one is actually being used as an aquarium type thing. So there's lots of little fishy stuff going on. You see some gar, some shallarks. They've even got some strange stuff using the tentacled alien plant as a jellyfish. They got the frost spore in there, giving some movement. Any kind of plants that have a little bit of a sway to them are really great for aquarium type builds because it gives the illusion of moving water, and it helps sell it. So you see like these bulb plants here are a little bit of swaying. Even the grass is a little bit moving. That's very helpful. When you're doing things like, paintings, you don't want that movement because it looks a little strange. But for this type of thing, it's perfect. You want that movement. It helps sell it. Here's their little entertainment center. Looks like this here is the same as these, but this one is upright, enlarged, and sunk down so that you only see the little radio box up top. And these are actually upside down so that they're hiding the bit that's on top of it. The cabinet itself is, it looks like travel posters, a little bit of the floor, hover part floor, again with the handles, same as in the kitchen, and then one of those graded floor panels for the front. This is like your, I don't know, your radio, your CD collection is in here, videotapes for your TV, that kind of thing. There's some more of those antennas. I like the little mini bed up here. It's like a little toy. I guess it's for his little vent pet to have a little place to sleep. Let's go upstairs. Stairs are my bane because I never can figure out how to put them in nicely. Okay, so here's the little home office. Just using one of those Dominion panels as their home computer there. Why they have this, I'm not sure, but that's a sparking wire. You can see the spark up top. A little bit of entertainment, I guess. This table's an upside down feeding trough. I like how they've added different plants in for this. It's actually just a vent bush, not a vent bush, bulrush bush or whatever. It just comes with the green, and they've added in the finger flower, the tall finger flowers, and the Galaris bloom. Give a little color. These shelves are metal planks, and then just lots of miniatures of different things, beds and tables and doodads. Again, this kind of stuff is great for if you have an item that doesn't necessarily match the overall theme, got no other place to put it, but you want to show it off. That's a good way to do it. Lots of shelf collections of all sorts of things. Here's the bathroom. They're using a rain gutter for the tub. I believe this is the garden hose for the faucet there. It looks like part of a beer tap for the shower head. And I guess this is supposed to be like mossy growth of some sort up above. The sink is just the Exile table sunk in there, and of course a window for the mirror. I think that is it for the house. Did I get everything? Yeah. And I think that's it. It's got a lot of clever ideas. Again, it allows them to keep all of these different fab kits, but they kind of just built around it. That's one thing. If you know there's certain fab kits that you just gotta have or you want, find ways to incorporate them into the build so they don't stand out too terribly. I'm going to take a look real quick because since they have the one that allows you to jump, I want to make sure I didn't miss anything up top. I don't see any like platforms up there, so I'm hoping not. This looks like treetop kind of things. Because I seriously don't want to do any jumping today if I don't have to. But this is one of those plots that has a lot of like little nooks and crannies that maybe you missed the first time, and you come and visit again, and then you find something you didn't see the last time. Yeah, I don't see anything in particular. I'll just hope that there was nothing up there majorly important. So that was Yali's Crump's plot. So off to the next one. Hey Faye, good morning. Bushberry, yeah, that's probably it. I get the names all confused, Bones. Oh, don't worry about it, Sisqui. Sometimes the old stuff, the classic stuff, don't call it old, call it classic. Classic builds. Sometimes those are the best because you have to respect what we put together, when we didn't have access to all the snazzy decor. So the next one is Garm Blutfels. Whoops. I think I'm on a German roll today. Get a lot of German-related plots, I guess. I didn't even realize that. This is Felswolfbau, an RP plot. And I thought it was pretty fun. There's a lot of little neat things in here, like they decorated the little uh, lop as the mailbox here, the snow lop. He's got swords for his arms. Um, I'm not quite sure what's being used as his hat. It looks like a frying pan to me. And then like one of those drill bots. So he's got all these like little mechanical bits sticking out. It looks like I'm not sure what's being used for the eyes, but a banana for the nose. Just kind of a weird thing. Rockhounds, is that what it is? Okay. Yeah, I didn't even realize it, but yeah, I think it's all German plots today. It's weird. But they've been on my list for a while, and I just haven't gotten to it. So you see this little bit of a fortified gate to this little community here. They've got uh, the warning cones, not pine cones, and the little barriers and the guns and stuff, the warning signs. I'm glad you're familiar with these, Sisqueeze, so maybe you can kind of point out some things if I get it messed up. Because a lot of this I'm going to be guessing at. I even went over some of the stuff we talked about with yours, and um, I get it right. So Garm is the leader of the Granok biker gang called the Rockhounds. Well, this apparently is their little hangout. And that explains the garage that I saw earlier. But here's like the little, I guess, the community bulletin board. You can see they're using different stones. Some are just the gray stones. These are from Starcon Basin, the stepping stones. Pile of crates. All of the stuff is added. This looks like somebody, like maybe it's the guard's house or something, and they've just got the spaceship door stuck onto the container there. Amazing jumping there. I don't know, maybe this is where they get their ice, shoveling the snow. Just kind of going around the edge here. I don't know if that's meant to be like a frozen waterfall or something. They're protecting this little plant here for some reason. Yeah, it's just a little protection for this pretty precious plant. I don't know why it's important, but apparently it is. You can see they're using a lot of the gray stones. There's a lot of the crystal formations. There's snow-covered rocks to give it that like snowy mountainside look. Probably snow clumps. There's some obsidian stone here. This, I don't know what this is. This looks like a training area. Got the targets. Practice it. Some obsidian stones. I'm probably going out of like whack on this order here, but that's the moonshine fab kit for those that aren't sure about that. So here's, what is this? Looks like some kind of a barn. This is like the hitching post, and there's like some feeding and water troughs here. Mostly made out of decking pieces, even the railing and stuff, and then using like the Draken rugs for that. Here's like 2x4s, Exile floors. Strange little thing. Well, maybe it was just meant to be, Siskly. I didn't do it on purpose. I just happened to be looking through my list and picked a few out, and then I realized, wait a minute, it's all German. So, oh, is this Flint's barn here? Oh, isn't that sweet? So Obsi is the only one with the Echo bar. Wow. Pile of wood. This building is mostly reinforced walls, like it here. And I want to say this is just the craft station fab kit, and they've just kind of built it up around it to kind of give it a little bit of, so it's not just sitting out there. They built a structure above it, gave it the sign and everything. Same way here, this I believe is the outhouse fab kit, and they've built this wall around it with the makeshift bit, added some snow clumps. Again, it's fun when people can incorporate their fab kits nicely. Me, I just avoid them altogether because I'm not brainy enough to kind of come up with clever ways of making them look like they fit. We've seen people use kiddie pools and stuff as nice little saunas and stuff. They built up around it so much that you can't even tell that it's a fab kit anymore. Um, but yeah, it's pretty fun. So here we have this structure. It's obsidian rock and such, snow-covered rocks and things, and got the Osun archway here, capped with somebody's ugly head. You come into this little cave area. Over to the left is a medical facility. You got supplies here. Up on this maintenance platform, you have the actual lab room. I guess this is the scanner. You lay them in, they do a little scan, and they tell you what's wrong with you, I guess. Maybe it's the surgery room. I see a lot of tools, little scary tools. All the little medical cots. Up here is, trying to remember. I did a quick look this morning before we toured, so this appears to be the gym where they do some weightlifting. You see some, they've got tires as weights here. The bars themselves are just hanging chains. The only bad thing about the chains is they have no collision whatsoever. I would say uh, most people use the sparking wires as the bars, but this is a fun alternative. You always want to look for options, alternate ways of building the same stuff. These are using the Marauder signs. Uh, Over here, they've got the silver kegs as weights for the really hefty guys. Same thing over here, except on this end, they've got just boulders. You can see a little bit of spaceport thing going on here. There's the treadmill area. come and relax after you've done your workout. And then this is where they have access to their little transports, the gaps, so that they can fly out. Yeah, I don't think an Orin could be like all shaky armed and everything. It'd be like that weightlifter at the Olympics where he like twisted it and like broke his arm at the elbow. Ugh. I saw that video. I was like, ew, that's just so bad. Again, landing pad, mostly Exile floors for a lot of this, decking, uh, railing for the trim. I like the speakers. Yeah, I think I didn't go down here. I'm not sure what's back here. There's danger. Looks like a fight club of some sort. Like a little arena kind of thing. Not sure what the spooky thing is for, but that's what it looks like. Guess we don't talk about Fight Club. Okay, how do we get out of here? Okay. Let me know if I miss anything. Hey Dane, thank you for the host. I appreciate it. And welcome to anyone that's joining us via Dane. So this here, I believe, is the mechanic's garage. It's kind of hard to see because it's a little dark, but it looks like mostly, oh, what do you call it? I really can't tell. It's kind of hard to see. The round building, it's got, like here's the work table. You see all the tools, the box of bolts and everything. And then over here, uh, you've got like, this is where I would assume you would like lift them up and check the tires, the engines, that kind of thing. There's a lot of different parts going on in here. I see like the wall-mounted generators, some vents from some of the Space Chase stuff, a lot of generators. The graded floor panels. Notice all the wires connecting everything. A lot of Chua building pieces as well. Lots of tires everywhere. And then here's like the mechanic's quarters, his living space. So he's got his desk, his little living room, and bedroom here. Well, if he changes this significantly, let me know, and we can always do a retour if he decides to rework a lot of it. I don't know if I am supposed to be able to get up there, but I like how he's using the lights out of the skulls to make it them glow. Gives it that creepy look. Those are just the red spotlights. Is there a way to get up there? It looks like there's something up there. Is that just part of what we saw from the gym? Or did I miss that? I don't remember that window. Let me go back. Gotta check. Yeah, here. I missed this ramp, I think. Thank you, Poi, for all of the little news flashes there. Here we go. Wow, what is this? Is this some kind of a lab? There's lots of chains. I like how they're using the chains to hold up the monitors. And this is one of those marauder signs, but it's sunk down just so that you just see the skull part. Using a lot of the new boardwalk pieces for all of this walkway here. Maintenance platforms, ship hand lockers and such. I don't know what all this is. I guess this is like their where if there's intruders or something, this is where they would barricade up and defend themselves. That's what it looks like. But it's a good view. That's the garage that we were just in. Oh, can't go through that one. The only thing about those obsidian doohickeys, they don't let you in. I don't think I can go that way. Let's see. There we go. Here's kind of a better unobscured view. The others have the flames flickering around, so there's like the moonshiner fab kit. You can see the whole landscaping with the snow-covered rocks they used. Fun build. Oh, okay. I think there's a couple other places that we haven't been in. Quest-like storylines. Oh, is that their planning room? Okay. For figuring out what places they're going to raid. I get it. Yeah, I never really got into the RP scene. I kind of participated in a little bit of it because the guild I'm in, when I first joined them, they were pretty heavy into it. And I'm always one, even if I don't really participate in it regularly myself, I try to promote it. So I would always join some of their events. And even though I'm not quick-witted enough to, keep into a conversation to just be able to, come up with fun things to say on a whim. Especially if I'm trying to be in character. I never could figure out, what that exactly meant for me, for my character. But I always admired those that can come up with that stuff. And then to have the fun of building a plot around a certain theme and stuff. So. All right, Bones. We'll see you in a bit. So I'm not sure what this building is. I just happened to see it, and it's got a little trail coming to it, of course. This is access to the hot springs, I guess. Wow, it's like a whole little cave thing going on. It's really hard to see. I apologize for that, but it's just their choice of lighting and things. You can see there's waterfalls, there's stacked swirly rocks to kind of break up the water. There's gray stones, lots and lots of stones. I like how they've spotlighted it but covered it up with greenery to kind of hide it with the overgrowth. This is just the stone lop fireplace. Again, it's using, I think it's the fab kit, the Hot Springs fab kit, and then they're just built around it. Then again, it could be just something totally their own. It's really hard to tell. It's one of the fun things when people can build around a fab kit or something and make it so that you're really not sure. That's telling them they did a really great job. So I guess this is like their little sauna kind of thing. The changing rooms on either side. And again, most of the construction of this on the outside is um, the decking pieces. And then you can see that it's just a big pile of stones, and they've made that little cave over top of it. Really fun. Over here we have like the community bonfire. This is where they come, grill, chillax, have a beer, sit, tell stories. Like the candles on the beer cans. That's good. This little area here is just a bunch of tiki bars linked together, topped with some stones. That's true Greenock style there. I like that. Giant keg for all of the peoples come for a drink. Here's where the grill master can come in and they order up. Let's see. I like how there's beer cans like everywhere. I'm not sure what this is. I guess this is their own homemade barricade. It's just picnic tables tossed over. It's like a backup from the stuff that was on the entrance, just in case they get through anyway. So into the main house, and a lot of fun stuff here. Straight away, there's the bathroom. The shower is mostly unframed glass, then a little bit of the hanging chains, I guess is to act as curtains, and then you've got one of the, what's it called, blue light lounge tables with a red moon vent, some waterfalls coming out, and then a little bit of winding rivers into the drain. And this is another red moon vent. It's just sunk down so you don't see the copper part. You just see the grate, the sink there. Just a little bit of 2x4 along the edge to kind of, I guess, hold in any water that might accumulate. Back here, we have the little hangout place, the bar. Got their playing tables, lots of lounging chairs and couches, lots of beer. Not like they didn't have enough outside, they got it inside too. Like a comfy hangout. I like how they're using the magnetic container as a entertainment system there. This is the back way into the kitchen. You can see where they prep all the food using the ship hand lockers as refrigerators. using hammers as the handles on those. And I like how they left this little cutout for, people can come order their drinks and meals, and then it's like a little mini diner inside the building. Keep it all nice and organized. So you'd come and do your order here. It's just granite walls for most of this, 2x4s for the counter, archway for the door, again accented with chains, like as if it would be like a curtain that can be closed if they want. Yeah, it has that lived in look, Siskwe. This is the it's not barracks, it's more like the dorm. That's what it reminds me of, like a dorm for a sorority, not a sorority, a fraternity. Um, Floppy looking and comfy and lived in. So here's like a little meeting, sitting area where you can play a little game of cards, have a beer, chit chat, and then this is where you would bunk up. I like how this one's pillow is just the grain sack. Uh, and again, this is a good example here of how um, certain types of holiday decor, it doesn't necessarily have to be only out at the holidays. You see a Winterfest gift bag up here. This is one of those hanging socks. It just looks like somebody's, clothes rudely draped over a nail hanging on the post there. But again, this is a great way to kind of show off things that maybe you have and you don't have any other place to put it. A lot of us don't want to just store up that Winterfest decor and the Shades Eve decor just for those seasons. This is a good way to sneak it in here and there. Up another floor. This brings you to a little bit more private rooms. Bunk with a buddy. I love the beds. It's mostly just decking pieces for this one, and then a mattress on top with some pillows. Welcome back, Bones. Exile walls for a lot of this with granite pillar accents. And I guess this is the main bedroom here. Got a little bit of a reading room area. What that fuel can is for, I'm not sure. Maybe that's their moonshine or something. Definitely has that like bachelor pad look. It just looks like a fraternity house. Okay, I think we've seen everything here. If I missed anything, Siskwe, don't intentionally do that. But I think we got it all. Oh, that top room is Garm's room? Okay, well, that explains a lot. There's the fueling station for, I guess, the bikes. Yeah, I think that's it. So that was Garm Blutfels Ellswolf Bellswolf's Bow RP plot. So